Hey everyone, Polish Eddie here. Welcome back. Today we are going through the Mr. and Mrs. Polish Eddie's predictions for the 2025 Formula One season. I had my lady join me on this one. She is 100% Latina, so I told her, you pick them prediction for the season and then you give it to me when you finish. And then I almost died. But now she finished. So we're going to start off with her 10 predictions and we're going to go through mine later. And I'll pick out 10 predictions from the comments, which we will go over at the end of the season. And her first prediction is Lando Norris wins the championship in 2025. After which Zach Brown pretty much high fives half of his team straight into intensive care. Prediction number 2. Charles Leclerc outscores Lewis Hamilton. This is Hamilton's first year in Ferrari. He needs to get used to the Ferrari machinery, the engine. So she thinks the first year Charles will have it, and we might see some competition next year between those two. Is that Ariana Bravo? Anyways, back to it. Prediction number 3. Charles and Lewis will come together on track at some point. Crashes between teammates are not as common, but they do happen. Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel in Brazil 2019. Hamilton and Rosberg, Spain 2016. Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, Azerbaijan 2018. Ayrton Senna and Alan Prost in Suzuka, Japan 1989. And many more. So that is a possibility. Prediction number 4. Alonso on podium. Maybe towards the second half of the season. You know, Adrian Newey definitely focuses on the 2026 car for Aston Martin, but, you know, he's able to do some little tweaks here and there on the car this season for sure. So maybe in a crazy, chaotic race, just might get a chance to get up on the podium again. Literally one of the GOATs for sure. Prediction number 5, Williams podium. Now, that's an interesting one. The car seems pretty good. Honestly, the car seems decent. So that could be a possibility. And once again, Ariana Bravo, everyone. Prediction number 6 for Mrs. Polish Eddie is Lawson will be demoted at the end of the season. I'm not sure if I agree with her, but Red Bull is savage. It is a very cutthroat environment. And if Lawson does not perform throughout the season, which I think he will. I think he'll be all right. But if he doesn't, prediction number 6 for her is that he will lose his seat and go back to RB. Prediction number 7, Max Verstappen will take a break for the 2026 season. He is going to have a paternity leave, maybe do a little bit of water sports, fun in the sun. And he's going to focus on his sim racing career for sure. He will be hanging out at home with Penelope and, of course, his new child that he has with Kelly, and to see how the grid is shaping up for the first year of the new regulations. And I'm sure any top team at that time with a seat available will have a spot for Max Verstappen. So that might happen, actually. I agree with that one. Prediction number 8, Pierre Gasly on podium once again. Now, Alpine is looking decent. They're not great. Once again, if there is some kind of chaotic race and a lot of stuff's happening in a good situation, he can take advantage and get a podium this year. So I kind of agree with that one. Prediction number 9. Now this is a crazy one. Ollie Behrman is going to outscore Esteban Ocon. Now that'll be something to see. And for prediction number 10, and hopefully, I'm sure everybody's on board with this one, Mohammed Ben Sulayem is going to be out of his presidential FIA role by the end of the season, hopefully even by the summer break.
But I don't give a fuck, I'm a dictator.
Somehow, someway, MBS will be sent packing and then we're going to see people start to mysteriously disappear. During the editing process, I just got a last minute request for an extra prediction. She told me Nico Hülkenberg is going to be on podium.
Hülkenberg.
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 Those are the predictions of Mrs. Polischetti. Now we're going to get into my predictions. Prediction number 1, Oscar Piastri will get 3 consecutive wins this season. Going off of the end of last season, we know that McLaren is the strongest car at the moment, and Oscar Piastri, having 2 years of experience in Formula One, given the right circumstances, he can pull off 3 consecutive wins at some point during the season. Which leads me to prediction number 2. Oscar Piastri will win the 2025 championship. If the Red Bull car is not competitive enough, Oscar Piastri will beat Lando Norris to his first championship in Formula One, which will definitely sting, but I believe that Oscar Piastri has a higher ceiling than Lando, even though I'm a huge Lando fan, so that's saying something. Prediction number 3 is that Max Verstappen will finish ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship, and that kind of goes back to what I said during Mrs. Polischetti's predictions, is that Hamilton has his first year with Ferrari, brand new engine, brand new car that he's got to get used to, and if the Red Bull car is pretty equal to the Ferrari, Max's consistency is definitely going to be his advantage. On to prediction number 4, which is Carlos Sainz will get a podium for Williams this season. Now, Alex Albon is a great driver for sure, but if I were to bet on one of the Williams drivers to deliver as far as getting a podium, that would be Carlos. Prediction number 5, kind of going off of the back of prediction number 4, I think that Williams is going to finish the Constructors' Championship in 5th place. They have 2 incredible drivers, and I think they are on the up and up. So they're obviously going to finish behind the top 4 teams, which are Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull, and Ferrari. But they definitely seem to be a little bit more of an upper midfield team rather than a backmarker team. So number 5 for Williams and Constructors, that's what I think. Prediction number 6, Jack Doohan will unfortunately be replaced by the summer break. I think the amount of pressure that he already has is not helping whatsoever, and Flavio, he doesn't play no games and he wants results right away. So I believe that Colapinto will replace him for the second half of the season. Number 7 is that Lewis Hamilton will finish the Drivers' Championship outside of the top 3. Going off of what Mrs. Polischetti said, I don't think he's going to beat Charles this year. Even if Ferrari is the second fastest team this year, I just don't think that he will have the consistency to finish in the top 3. Prediction number 8, Kimi Antonelli will finish in the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship. After just a few race weekends, he is going to be able to iron out his mistakes that will come from him pushing a little too hard and being a little too impatient. And if Mercedes is going to be within the top 3 teams, I think Antonelli has definitely got what it takes to keep it consistent and finish off his rookie season in the top 5 of the Drivers' Championship. Prediction number 9 is that Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon will have a collision at some point this season. If they are sharing the same piece of tarmac, neither of them will want to give way and it will come to blows. Now, prediction number 10, I think that either Isaac Hadjar or Yuki Tsunoda will get a race ban in the second half of the season. They tend to be very vocal on the radio, and they don't really hold anything back. If MBS wants to be a dick, one of them is going to go down with a race ban by the end of the year. So there you have it. Those are our predictions. Go ahead and drop yours in the comments. I'm going to make a quick video shortly letting you guys know which predictions I decided to pick out. And then at the end of the season, I'm going to do a predictions recap video. And we might just see how unpredictable this season is. Now, at the time of releasing this video, we are going to be already in the beginning of the race weekend. So Grab your kids, grab your wife, grab your husbands, because this year is going to be a good one. Enjoy yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Kimber.